America's finest. After years of lagging behind the European competition, Cadillac finally has something to be really proud of. It brings a brand new model, the most luxurious and prestigious this marque has ever made, with a nameplate that suggests luxury, refinement, and an all-electric nature. Let's take a look at the all-electric, super luxurious 2025 Cadillac Celestiq, the king of luxury sedans. But first, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and check other reviews of amazing cars on our channel. For decades, Cadillac has been overshadowed by European luxury car makers. It's been a long time since the American brand was the gold standard in the luxury segment, and suddenly, it looks like GM has had enough. The decision was made to once again be at least on par with the Germans and other contenders. But for that, the company needed something really impressive. It's not that Cadillac didn't have some pretty impressive tries over the last few years. Just remember concepts like Ciel, El Mirage, and Escala. These were all amazing design studies, but for some reason, we never saw anything more than that. These amazing concepts weren't even close to serial production. After a series of disappointments, it looks like Cadillac finally decided to turn the page and get back to the trail of glory. It decided to go a little bit further, not to stop on a concept form. So, the moment the Celestiq was presented for the first time, we were amazed. Once again, American engineers nailed the styling, and deep inside, everyone believed this would be yet another show-off and that the production version would be left out. Well, times have changed. This is the new era in Cadillac, the era of right decisions. The Celestiq entered production as the most luxurious Cadillac ever made, and the best thing of all, in our humble opinion, is that it looks pretty much identical to the concept. One look at the 2025 Cadillac Celestiq and you know this is a special car, if not for anything else, then for its exterior design. Thanks to the super sleek profile, the car's monumental dimensions look even more impressive. Long and sleek might be the most appropriate words to describe this super luxury vehicle, which stands out with such an impressively long-slung design with a windshield that is actually angled steeper than the Corvette, according to the manufacturer. And even though some may need time to get used to that pretty interesting rear-end design, there's no doubt that the whole vehicle has been beautifully sculpted. The Celestiq is all about smoothness, which creates a perfect synergy with the long-slung design approach. Just take a look at those doors, which come without typical handles. No, the surface remains perfectly smooth, and to open these doors, you just have to find that discreet, small button, and then the power-operated doors will let you into the world of Cadillac super luxury. The Celestiq was designed with exclusivity in mind, and that state won't be achieved only with the limited production numbers. The company offers an impressive palette of exterior colors, which counts up to over 200, which means that there's a big chance that your example, if you collect enough money to buy it, could be among a few examples on the road with one of those numerous specific finishes, which are complemented by extensive use of carbon fiber. But even with such exclusivity in mind, designers had to offer a couple of recognizable details and styling solutions. Therefore, the grille, as well as the headlights, are pretty much the same as those found on the Lyriq. The same thing is with those hockey stick taillights. On the other hand, Cadillac points out the high-end luxury character of this model with numerous details that offer insights into a unique manufacturing process. For example, the underbody consists of just 6 massive aluminum castings, while there are more than 300 fabricated bits that are not produced with a classic stamping technique but rather folded. Then, there's an extensive use of parts made with a 3D printer, especially on the inside, where even the steering wheel is made this way. As expected, the Celestiq sticks with the same design philosophy on the inside. It's all about sleekness and smoothness, and, surprisingly or not, the dashboard layout and the rest of the cabin look quite simplistic. But that's the best possible compliment we could give to this super luxury car, because this straightforward layout doesn't just look refreshing, it's also an excellent basis for further customization. The idea was to offer a design that allows endless customization options and things went to the point where even the flooring of the cabin can be leather-wrapped. It's needless to say that the selection of available materials is near endless, and Cadillac is ready to fulfill customers' wishes even in the trickiest areas. You can add cast aluminum or other metal elements to pretty much every part of the dashboard, door sill, floor mat edges, etc. But despite all the efforts to keep the dashboard design clean and simple, these are modern times. So, high-tech features were inevitable. Cadillac designers decided to bring it on, so those 38-inch screens from the Escalade don't seem so impressive anymore. The Celestiq goes much further, with a massive piece of glass screen that spans the full width of the dashboard, a total of 55 inches. Underneath this massive glass surface, there are actually two screens, one for the driver and one for the front passengers, with the latter having privacy shields that ensure the driver keeps their eyes on the road. If you think that's it, you're so wrong. Another touchscreen can be found on the upper center console, good for about 11 inches, which replaces physical controls for climate and similar things. Still, we're happy that a couple of rotary knobs are still there, with a mission to make the driver's life easier. And as you'd expect from such a luxurious vehicle, every passenger is treated equally. The rear seats are not just massive, but highly adjustable. Of course, we're talking about a couple of individual seats, each coming with an 8-inch touchscreen and individual settings for climate controls, as well as seat heating and cooling. Then, there's the smart glass roof, one of our favorite features. Not only that allows passengers to control the amount of light that comes through, this smart roof is divided into 4 sections, so each passenger can set up the amount of sunlight in accordance with personal preferences. And once again, with all those high-tech features in mind, it would be strange not to see the Ultra Cruise semi-autonomous driving system that uses cameras, radars, and LiDAR technology to provide hands-free driving. And, as the name suggests, it's even more advanced than the Super Cruise system found in more common Cadillacs. You know that ultimate luxury isn't just about high-end interior materials and impeccable craftsmanship. No, the ride quality is probably even more important, so Cadillac engineers gave their best to create a vehicle with a ride that's as smooth as it can be. Of course, this means nothing less than air suspension, along with the 4th generation of GM's magnetorheological shocks. Furthermore, Cadillac also introduced active anti-roll bars, while 2 more important ingredients for excellent ride quality are rear-wheel steering, as well as variable ratio electric steering systems. Suspension is, of course, independent on both ends. Both front and rear suspension feature a 5-link setup, while large 23-inch wheels are yet another statement of luxury. Cadillac went so far to the point where Michelin Pilot Sport EV summer tires were designed specifically for this uber-luxury car with unique sidewall graphics. That's how special GM wanted this model to be. Just like its much cheaper cousin, the Lyriq, as well as the rest of GM's all-electric lineup, the Celestiq is based on the Ultium battery technology. But there are a few differences. One of them is the way battery cells are positioned. They're placed horizontally, which is the main reason why Celestiq is one of the rare electric sedans that doesn't look bulky and too high. No, it remains super sleek and very close to the ground without sacrificing any of the interior space. As for the powertrain, it gets its wheels spun by a couple of electric motors, one on each axle, with standard all-wheel drive. The combined output goes up to 600 horsepower and 640 pound-feet of torque, which is plenty enough to move this massive piece of luxury with ease. 0 to 60 takes 3.8 seconds, but once again, numbers are the least important with this car. And as we're talking about a sedan, technically a hatchback with such impressive dimensions, it's no surprise that there was plenty of room to install a 111 kilowatt-hour battery pack, which ensures a max range of up to 300 miles. Finally, the aforementioned Ultium battery technology is also a reason for a respectable 190 kilowatt charging rate, which ensures that 76 miles of range can be added every 10 minutes. With a starting price of around $340,000, the Celestiq is easily the most expensive vehicle Cadillac has ever made. But still, it probably won't get any profit despite the sticker price. Simply, this model was never meant to be a massive seller. It represents a testimony to the beginning of a new era in General Motors, the era of electrification. It's a vehicle designed to grab our attention, to show us that Cadillac still knows how to make a super luxury car, and to mark its strong presence and high ambitions in the EV industry. That's why the 2025 Cadillac Celestiq will be produced in quite limited numbers, measuring in a few hundred annually, which will all go through Cadillac's custom commission build process. What do you think of the 2025 Cadillac Celestiq? Does it really show everything Cadillac engineers are capable of? Would you own one of these? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.